Hi, so today I just wanted to show you my finished painting and talk a little bit about other creative stuff and other things I've been doing and just the joy of doing things with your hands. So I've just been out in the garden and my nails are filthy, so that's why. So I just wanted to show you my painting. So I talked a little bit about this in the video that says that it's called Dear Tracy Emin, and that's when I read out the text that's on it as well. It's got a real wand on it that's been tied on with red thread, and the text was done on some gifted cardi paper, which was then dyed with beetroot and pomegranate and then glued on with PVA, which then kind of made it go blue. Ruffles vegan sweet wrapper makes the woman witch hair. A razor packet makes the flamingo, and the words may just be visible, my intuition. And yeah, and then on the back I made some little artist notes, and then I did a QR code that goes to the video where the text is read out, and it's called Tracy and Rose with Molly, because that's my friend who I went to the exhibitions with. And then it's just signed on the back. So you can see it's just a recycled canvas I got from the charity shop for, like, I don't know, a couple of pounds or something like that. So I'll read out the text on the back. Now, it says artist notes, and it says it's got the QR code, as you might have seen on the back. The text was read aloud in a video on my YouTube channel called Everything Else Was Just a Rehearsal. The video is called Dear Tracy Emin. Hopefully this QR code will take you there. So I was very delighted with this. I'm not that techie, so yeah, it seemed a very fun thing for me to do. Plus, if some of the words aren't visible or it's just not that easy to read, it would be a good idea. Inspired by visiting the exhibitions of Tracy Emin and Rose Wiley, bought a canvas from a charity shop to paint over, cheaper and less landfill, less consumption. I used what I had: acrylics, poster paint, nail polish, gold dust, gifted paper, razor wrapper, PVA, medication foil, a solstice catkin wand wrapped in balloon weight wrapper and tied to the painting with red thread, and last but most definitely not least, a Ruffles vegan sweet wrapper. Make mermaid tail bigger, follow swirl of paint, see bathroom mermaid for shape. Build flamingo out of razor packets, use gold wand to seek in the depths. I wanted to do a mermaid on a canvas, say 27 to 30 years ago. Back then, it would have been all curves, side-lying male gaze. Now it's a strong and powerful tail and a wand, no face, no human body. While painting, I listened to the usual sort of playlist, and then on my feed came reaction and dancing to Sisters of Mercy, so I found the song Goth Was Long Ago, forgot the names, which songs were called what, and danced to Lucretia in my kitchen, searched for more, Dinosaur Jr., Just Like Heaven, but I think at the moment I prefer the Cure's one. Then Come Together, Primal Scream, and over and around the painting I danced, full of energy and joy. And there's a little bit at the end as well, which kind of says, is it okay to do that when someone else might need you? And the answer to that is sometimes, or always, it's really important to just take a little bit of time, one day or half a day or something, to do own stuff, to recharge for the other days, so that you can be there for people when they're needed, when you're needed. So that's what I've been doing. And as I said in the previous video, like writing and words is something I'm quite confident about. And then I have had fun just doing creative crafts, making bunting out of just, old stuff, like sweet wrappers and old calendars, and just being crazy and creative with that. And I love doing that. But yeah, I've not at all ever done really painting or anything. So I realise that there's a huge gap between what I'm doing and what somebody who's actually trained or can really do. But it doesn't stop me really enjoying it. And it inspired me to think, okay, over the next couple of months, I'll do another one. And I got a much smaller one this time. So it's not such a big kind of, I don't know, not producing such a big thing. And I'm going to, just try and develop my skills more and think more about the composition and, think more about colour mixing and maybe learn a little bit about painting. And I don't think there's anything wrong with just like doing something just because you enjoy it, and then even sharing that, because people are quite shy about sharing things if they not feel like they're very good at things. But also I like to complete projects, so if I've said I'm going to do something, it's quite nice to say, okay, I did that and finished it. And then the other thing I've been doing, which is apart from writing, I also like making paper mache bowls and making paper. So I recently did one batch. There's about 8 of them, I think. This was on made on a kind of half deflated ball, like plastic ball. I'm quite pleased with that one. I think this is probably my favourite. This is made on like a coconut bowl. Some of them were made on like Kinder Egg container and shapes, because it was kind of, that's what was around. And this little bowl, I think, was made on the bottom, like probably some sort of egg or bowl that came out of a kind of toy machine I just found on the ground and picked up and took home and washed it. And that's just been really, really nourishing, doing all of that stuff and taking it seriously, and doing stuff like notes and doing something that's as good as I can possibly make it at the moment, and then at the same time feeling inspired to kind of learn more and maybe do get better in the future, as well as all the other things that I'm doing. Which brings me to this. This is my my list. I won't show you because it's just so messy and it might have people's names on it. So basically how I do it is I get a piece of paper and then fold it in half and then half again, and so you kind of end up with like creases across, so you end up with 8 sections, so half again and then fold that again, so you end up with kind of a piece of paper with 8 sections. And on my list is my writing that I'm doing, which is currently called I Stopped Meditating and I Started Screaming, all about just accessing your real, true, authentic feelings. And I'm thinking maybe we'd do a big communal group scream at the end again. Perhaps, going down to the beach to do it. But that's just a complete stream of consciousness and notes, emails, messages that I write, little notes that I write, and then will just be edited at some point. When I feel like I've got enough, maybe when I've got to about 30,000 words, I'll probably call it. Then I've got a long performance piece that I've already written, and it's called In a Cocktail Bar, and I just am gathering a couple of people to maybe do some music, a theremin, maybe even a double bass, some drums, but something just soft stuff in the background, and then read that. That's 3 hours long, so it's going to be a bit of a thing. I just want to do it just once. And I've got an ongoing thing of making kind of slogan t-shirts. I've got this, I've got my coven, and now I've got the painting projects, collage things, and then the paper bowls. So my plan originally was last year to make 99 and then to write 99 haiku to go with them. We'll see how that all evolves. And spring is here, the sun is out, and for a long time, I'd thought a lot about, oh, wouldn't it be so nice to get a piece of land and to rewild it? And I even spent quite a bit of time looking at that. And my husband like researched it, and there was some like land that it would be miles and miles away, like maybe it would be in Scotland or something. And I spent quite a bit of time thinking about that. And then it kind of just dawned on me that why don't I just do as much as I possibly can in my own backyard, literally, and in my own front yard. So my thing that I said is that I'm kind of just rewilding my concrete yard one pot at a time, and that has just been so joyful. I mean, I went out there this morning, and there's 3 ladybirds. We saved the life of a bumblebee the other day by putting it on a dandelion that was just opening, and other people would have pulled the dandelion up possibly because they're weeds. Most of the a lot of people would do that and think of it as like being in the wrong place, but they're really good for insects. So, and then the back garden had been very neglected because mostly just for the cat, really, and so I had to be careful about what I plant there, and plus obviously poops in all the pots. But I thought, well, I can still do more. I could just get some extra pots. So I got a catkin or pussy willow. It's like a willow tree, and it has the furry little like lamb's tails, and apparently they're really good for bumblebees. So I got one just from the supermarket the other day. It was looking so sad, and got a massive planter and planted that out this morning. And then I filled 2 other planters out the front and sprinkled butterfly and bee seeds on them. So I'm feeling very kind of, I don't know, we're just very spiritually nourished. And I've just had a few hours by myself. So I went to an exercise class, came back, did all the stuff in the garden, really got my hands dirty, filling up 3 pots and planting this tree, and then putting the notes on the back of my painting. And yeah, that's really recharged my batteries, which had got really run down this week from work and other things outside of work needing. So a lot of my energy had gone, and just spending some time outside in nature, doing something for nature as well, and doing something creative. So I think in the long run, to take a little bit of time out is better for everybody, not just oneself. So anyway, see you next time. Okay, bye.